Hi everyone, Renegade here with some more Renegade Go. I guess that's what I'm calling it. Um, yeah, so I'll start this one with a review of the last game. Maybe this will be a regular thing. There's a lot to talk about with this one. So let's jump to the beginning. So on the very first move, I actually used, I'm using the review feature on OGS. I wrote some little comments because it's been a little bit since I did the last one, but I had a lot of thoughts. So, yeah, I did mean to do 4-6 here, did 3-6 here, whatever. Opponent immediately goes in. Yeah, the immediate, like maybe I'm kind of asking for it because I do expect that I'm going to be somewhat invaded when I make these distanter opening moves, but I still expect that to come like after all of the four main corners have been claimed. This throws me off a bit. Gotta get used to the immediate evasion, especially if I'm gonna be playing wide, I guess. I play here. I think because they didn't take the 4-4, they took a 3-4. This kind of pincer is fine. White comes on top. I come under here. I didn't make a comment about this because I didn't think much of it. But I had this situation come up in another game recently where the situation was reversed, and I was playing the outside pieces, so to speak, and the opponent was playing the inside pieces, in the same thing. And when I saw that, I'm like, I'm gonna do the same thing that that other guy did against me, and I wedged. And this result, I think, is just really bad for black. Like, I wasn't thinking much of it at the time. I just kind of thought, was there something I could have done differently there? No, I just think the wedge is way too problematic. And this is just so bad for black. Maybe I'm wrong, but again, I don't really know Joseki. I'm just trying to focus on fundamentals. But just the one space might be fine because if they block, then this was my goal anyways, right? Keep up, take the corner. And if they don't block and they just say, "Hey, I want the corner," then I can threaten to cut this stone off. And if they do this, then I can like go da 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 ba and da ba ba ba, and then like these two stones, and they might run over these stones. I don't know. Maybe that's not ideal either. Maybe the positioning was just wrong. This should probably be like this. Well, that take gets rid of sort of the double Atari, but they'll probably extend. And this stone, I don't know. I don't know exactly what the best approach is. But this looks kind of wonky, so maybe it's unideal. I'm not sure. Or maybe this starting position stone could have even been here instead. Possibly. Things to think of. That way, like, that's okay. But then if he tries to split, that's also okay. Maybe. So maybe this first stone in the first place, this might have been a bad. Maybe. Maybe. So, then the next move. That's just a minor thing, though. I don't think that's a big deal, really. I take a 3-4. Yeah, that's the other problem with immediate invasions, is that I never know, is it okay to play away yet? Because I didn't know here, like, do I want to defend this stone? I don't want to give him Sente. If I can take another corner, I should take it. Because this was my corner to start with, so I get 3 corners this way. I thought about, enclosing this, but, like, then he'll just take this fourth corner. I think taking the fourth corner is better, so. Of course, he comes in there. I do a press down. I think the press down here is pretty good. I try to stay in front so I can turn. He comes out. I turn. He blocks. I take the corner. Pulls back. That move might be a little slow. The idea is that I'm strengthening this stone. And I didn't want to do this because if he does this, I have to pull back. But maybe that's fine, actually. My shape might be better. I was just thinking about, well, I want to make sure this stone like is protected somewhat. But now if he comes through here, this is kind of awkward. I guess it's not too awkward. I don't know. I think maybe they both work. And he tries to come out, so he prevents me from making too much territory over there. So I just enclose my corner because I got a lot of black here. And he pincers my black stone. I jump out with it. I think so far everything's fine. White comes out. I do the same move I did to the other player in the previous game. The only difference is he has white support to go back to. So maybe this isn't as strong, but at the same time, white's also stronger against me. So I have to wiggle a little bit. He pulls back. And now, yeah, here's where I think I make the first pretty big blunder here. I even wrote the comment. Linking up underneath wasn't realistic from this position, and my corner is still pretty weak, so this is asking for trouble. Yeah, exactly, because you see, when white counters, I'm like, oh shit, I have to protect my corner. So this move was bad in the first place. Like this group for now is okay. It's shaky, but it's okay. This group needs help. If I want to go for an underneath connection, I need to read this and know that it's gonna work. And if I read this, I'd know no, it's not gonna work. Like, 'cause if I try to cut him off, he's just no. It's not working. And so yeah, I shouldn't have done this move in the first place. The underneath connection wasn't realistic, and it's just making my corner weaker because I have to respond here. Because if I don't, and if I do something where I make this stronger, however I make it stronger, I don't know. I can't allow that. That's too. So I shouldn't have tried for the connection anyways if it just wasn't really gonna work, and it wasn't really gonna work. So yeah, I think that was a bad move, and I think it comes down to my instinct of I'm bad at living. And this is true. This is something I need to work on. I'm bad at living in tight spaces. I'm good at counting liberties. I'm good at knowing if I can win a liberty race. But I'm not great at knowing, well, wait, will they make a living shape before that? And can they make a living shape so that I don't even have to win the race? That's where I still struggle sometimes. And so I want the easy way out. I want the please, can I make this connection work somehow? And no, I gotta kill that way of thinking. I can make this group live. Just make this group live. If the connection looks good later, maybe. But right now, this corner is too weak. I can't be trying to connect right now. Or if I'm going to connect, I need to do it like this. And if he blocks, I should still probably come down. But at least then this stone is helping these stones somehow. So, yeah, big mistake. I have to protect my corner. He gets to harass these stones a little bit. I try to like maybe cut these stones off, but he's on top of that. And literally, he comes on top of me. He's making me more and more boxed in. I try to extend out this stone so I can maybe threaten these stones too, because I realize that like these stones can probably connect at any time. Is that what I realized? I don't know. I think I'm okay, but this was definitely a blunder. I'm making shape. He's blocking me more. I cut. Of course, I have to cut here. He does that. I play here. He protects this cut because yeah, that cut is starting to look juicy. I could take these, but now I make a huge mistake. So here's the mistake. Was trying to use the L18 threat to give myself eye shape, but harassing the K16 stone was more important, and my opponent realized that, so I got majorly punished. Yeah, this is the first, I'd say, really bit, like, this was a mistake, but it was recoverable. This mistake was huge, and I think from this point forward, like, as long as my opponent plays really well, I probably should just lose the game. But, because these stones are basically dead at this point, is what has happened here. I should not have done this, because of course White's going to respond, but then when I'm doing this, my thinking is I do this. And then, oh, of course my opponent has to take, right? Because this group is in danger. And then I can, like, come back and harass these stones. Or that's probably not how I would do it. I would just come up here, and he would do that. And then I could, like, come up here, and they might do that. And something. And then I could attack these stones, maybe. Even if I have to sacrifice these. Though I probably don't sacrifice these. But regardless, I should get a move in like this first. If he tries to connect, I can connect. And if he tries to go like this, then that's a threat. I don't know. If I'm focusing more on living with this group, I should probably extend over here, and then he'll extend, and then I'll probably do something like this, and he might try to cut me, but he can't really cut me because, well, okay, if he goes for the kill here, but then I can go for the kill here, and then he's forced to take, and then, like, I'm basically linked up at this point, and yes, he got a top side, but now I've kind of recovered. Like, this is me paying for this mistake here, but I have now gotten out. And now I can, I don't know, maybe try to attack these, make these useless. Possibly. There's different stuff I could have done, but the point is, this was more important, and my opponent realized that, and so I wasted a move doing this, and he did that right away. And that's bad. Playing out a few of those variations, maybe these black stones down here were just not in a good position in the first place, but whatever. Maybe I don't know. But whatever. Now I'm like, hey, I'm going to take the Sente move. Cutting them off here, you know, it does force him, and it does maybe give me some shape. That's not bad. I have to try to get out. That's true. He cuts me like that. He's trying to kill me. This might be a mistake on his part. Hard to say. Because I can definitely take some forcing moves here. And the splitting him apart that I eventually did because of his attempt to really kill this group is, I think, what gave me a fighting chance, ultimately, in this game that I really shouldn't have won at this point. He should have just, I don't know, protected his stones, secured this was dead, attack this at this point, I think. These stones probably aren't going to live. I have to try really hard to make these live. And so I think the cut here was possibly a mistake on his end. Possibly. So I get some forcing moves. These white stones look weak. Then I come out here, take advantage of this hole. So I'm out. He cuts that again. And then we do a little bit of then we play, you know, the moves go on. I'm trying to get out. I'm kind of abandoning this group. I'm hoping that I can make this in a good moment. I'm hoping I can make something like this. Like something like this that gives me shape. Like a move like this. Maybe not that move, but a move like this. Because like there's an eye here. And if he falsifies this, like there's an eye here, and he just takes, and I'm dead. I'm bad at making eyes, man. I don't make two eyes. I don't know how to do that. I gotta get better. I really do. If I block this at least, though, he has to struggle with this group at this point. Like, he can't make this. This is important. Because he can't play here. He can play here, and then I have to block, and then things start becoming dicey, because I only have, like, 2 liberties left. But I can at least maybe get some good forcing moves in. And if he, you know, wastes a move doing that, and I do this, and then he takes, and I can seal him, that's okay. I don't know. The point is, if I could get a move in here, there was just no good chance. Like, right now, in my opinion, is not a good chance. Because getting a move in here would be great if I get a good opportunity. But, like, for right now, these white stones still have plenty of room to run, I would say. And so, like, it's to me, it's not good blocking here. If I can block at some point convenient, that's great, but I never got that chance. So I'm running here. Right, here's a couple of tricky wikis. When he played this move, he was actually making a threat, which I'm proud of myself for spotting, because if I, you know, if I tried to go for some kind of fancy nonsense here, he does this, takes this, I connect, I die. And so I recognize that I have to, you know, connect somehow, and I do that. He's now threatening just the regular throw-in, so I connect. He extends. And now these stones, this was, you know, I got this cut, makes me happy. Because these stones die, theoretically. They actually live, but in theory they should die. We'll get there. Extend, he extends, I extend. He's trying to save these stones, and it's futile, and it's just giving me all this black space. Again, these do get saved, but they shouldn't. We'll get there. I make a big blunder. Yeah, this was a big move for white. Yeah, again, white finally got a good chance to get this in. And this is probably roughly when I would have gotten it in too, right? Now that I finally got this turn in, like, I really closed off his potential. Like, if he didn't block me off here now, that's when I would have blocked him off. But, you know, it's an 8Q player. They spot that, so they stop me from making that move. Now I'm just saying, okay, I'm going to take these stones. And he tries to save them, and I think he's making a mistake here. Because I can make a pretty big black territory here, and pretty big black territory here by threatening these, and that's kind of what happens. And ultimately, I should have been able to kill them. We'll get there. But also, in addition, like, he should be, really, there's so much unclaimed territory here and here. Like, for me, I really need to participate. I need to bully these stones like crazy, because these stones are still kind of in danger, and it does make shape for me here. But for him, I think he wants to probably start, you know, making bigger moves. That's what I would do if I was him. So I'm making shape. I'm making sure this group is fine. As long as he keeps, you know, doing stuff with this, I have to be very careful with this group. Let's see, is there anything fancy here? Not really. He makes a big jump here. I can obviously not allow that. I have to cut that every time. And here's where I make a big blunder. We're coming up to it. White cuts through. Of course I block. White tries to cut that off. I connect. Everything here is fine. I give myself some space. I think that's important here. This was a bad move for white. White must have read something incorrectly here. I don't know exactly what they read, but they read it wrong. And that's good for me. That gives me a bit more of a fighting chance. He gave this black group a lot of wiggle room. It's no longer in any kind of danger. And then White does this. And I make one of the biggest mistakes in the game this is the only mistake I made in the whole game, really, that I didn't recognize as a mistake until I had to watch the game again. The first time I played this, I didn't think anything of it. I split these. I'm like, I can't let these things connect. Yeah, blocking at R5 ensures the kill on that big white group, and those 4 white stones are in trouble regardless. Yeah. This is so huge. This is such a huge blunder. Like, if I block here, these groups are connected. These groups are still in big trouble because I'm ahead of him in getting down to the bottom where he would need to get to make eyes. I can easily kill this group at this point. I'm bad at spotting if a group can, still wiggle its way into making 2 eyes or not. But, like, I saw how that played out, right? He was able to, because I let him through, because I did this, and I let him through here, he was able to harass this group, so I was forced to capture this group, waste moves capturing this group, so we got free moves down here, and I still almost killed him. I was 1 or 2 moves short, but, really, yeah, this group should not have lived. I should have claimed all of that as mine, and I would have if I had just played here. And these stones still have to struggle like crazy to live. They're still so boxed in. It doesn't really matter if I split them here. It gives more room for this and makes the cut here that I eventually do easier when I, harass these. But it's not really worth it. These have enough breathing room at this point. Just kill this. Because if I kill this, these are safe anyways. So, mistake. I wasn't thinking about it in the moment because, again, I'm not cognizant of if a group is able to wiggle to life or not, and I really just need to recognize at this point, I'm ahead. This is the important part. He's only got like 4 spaces. I'm ahead. He's not going to be able to jump down here and make any kind of life. I can bully him enough. There's enough strength in the black area. There's no weaknesses for him to expose. These stones are going to die. I needed to know that, and I didn't know that. I wasn't thinking about it. I'm like, I want to split these stones. Haha. It was stupid. Yeah. So, I get in trouble. I have to worry about killing this group because there's a liberty race. And what do you know? He makes life here. I tried to put a stone here, but I looked at a few different variations if it was still possible to kill him here. And there's nothing that really works. He's already got an eye here, so it's just not happening. I would have been able to stop him if I didn't have to worry about saving my own group, but I had to save my own group, so. Oh, wait, what was this? Oh, right, slow. Incorrectly thought I was threatening a kill here, but I needed another move, so I was wasted Sente. Right. That's right. Because if I do this, and then white doesn't respond, this eye is false now, and so this group dies. And I sort of like, I don't know, I was thinking about that, and I'm like, so he has to respond right now, right? And no, he didn't. So I definitely should have 100% played away at this point. Like, solidifying this group, there's some merit to it, but, like, not really. This group is already alive, and so I should be, like, these stones are probably dead, so I should, I don't know, make a move over here, ensure some strength here, or I was really eyeing that juicy cut, play something up here, try to get that cut there, or whatever, go for that right away. This is just so slow. So, yeah. White gets a big extension. I play, I'm eyeing that cut. I'm proud of the cut theory. I just did the cut wrong in practice. I do an attack. He blocks. I do an attack here. He cuts me. I'm happy about that. I can cut him. He cuts. I extend. He protects. I ladder. He extends. I cut. I'm very happy about this. I killed these stones. I'm claiming this for myself. There's also a threat here. In practice, I fuck this up, but in theory, this works. He goes to take these stones. In my opinion, these are not as big. And I play here. But yeah, this is a big mistake, because it ultimately cuts these stones off, and these should die. They don't die, because my opponent makes a huge, ginormous mistake, and we'll get to it. But in theory, this mistake should cost me the game here. There should be no recovering from this, but... so what I should have done is something like this, because here, these are split now. And now, if he wants to save these white stones, he needs to connect them. And if he saves them, then there's no saving these black stones. I could have also theoretically just pushed here, force him to save, maybe do a force here, and then, you know, these are my white stones. But by doing this, in theory, if he really cares about these white stones, then I can, you know, do this. This is so much worse for white. White doesn't want this. If white lets this happen, I'm winning a good bit. But if white, you know, correctly like blocks here, or, you know, I probably should just push immediately. It's just, you know, in theory, if he does it wrong, this is better. But I'm pretty sure this is actually better. And so, you know, if I claim this, I think I'm still losing. But, you know, or even just something over here, because these stones are probably going to die. I think I'm still losing at this point, but it's close. And if I play endgame really well, I think winning is possible. But that's not what I did. That's not what I did, because I misread the freaking ladder. The thought experiment is he does that. And then what's the actual move? Oh, that's not what he does. What does he do? Oh, right. He ignores the ladder. No, that's right. That's right. So I ladder his stones. I'm like, I got you. These are my stones. I brought my stones back to life. We're great. If I had realized my mistake, turning would have been correct. And then I would have done this. And then I would have done, is there anything I can do here? No, I just do this. And then he, like, you know, he probably just takes. And then I come back and respond to this. And he's already got a stone here when he shouldn't. So it's, oh, wait, no, I can just take this. No, he wouldn't do that then. He would fill. But regardless, yeah, this is not good. This is not great. Because he's already got a stone here. So yeah, the ladder didn't work because I'm stupid and I didn't realize he had this. He was supposed to connect here and I was just going to take the whole thing. But he fucking took here and I was stupid, so I got one forcing move in there. He finally decides to take there, noticing I could connect underneath. Makes sense. And now white decides he's going to threaten this cut. Sure. It's making him territory too. I protect against that cut because otherwise these 3 stones are probably dead. And now he protects over here. I don't know if this was necessary or not. He probably thought like, oh, if I protect over here, and then like I start getting some moves over here, I might be able to kill these white stones. Maybe there's something to that idea, because if he does this, he can like cut me. I guess though I can play this, force him to play that. I have to play this. He plays that. I don't know. I feel like I lose this race. Like, and if I play this to avoid, if I play something like this. To avoid the cut. Like he can play here. I can't let him connect. And then he's just alive anyways, right? So I think he's making a mistake here playing on the bottom side instead of the top side. He's trying to make sure his group is alive, and I respect that, but because I'm bad at living. But I think it was a mistake for him to protect down there instead of up there. So I'm only eyeing one thing. I'm not looking at this group at all. To me, I think I was looking at that and I thought that's strong. I'm looking at potentially bringing my black stones back to life or connecting underneath. And so this is even worse. Like this last move, I can forgive this move. I can forgive this definitely. If he was worried about living, this move, this is stupid. There's no way you can kill this. Like I don't know. If you're a really strong player and you think I'm stupid, tell me how you kill this. Like, no way. You can't. I mean, I guess if you let him do that, then you die. But no, the idea would be when he plays there. What am I doing? Oh right. You don't fill. Sorry, filling is the mistake. You play here because he can't play here because you'll take. Yeah. So you have 2 eyes. There's nothing you can do. You're fine. You're good. You're great. So I think that stone there was a mistake. The first one maybe, but that one big mistake. And so I can push here. And so he makes a choice. He makes the correct choice, by the way. Correct choice. Because if he plays here, I can make this as a threat, right? And then he's forced to connect, right? And then I can play here, and I'm connected, and he's in Atari, and so he has to take, right? And then I can connect, and now I'm all connected. And so that's why him actually pushing down was the correct choice. He had a really bad follow-up, but that is the correct choice. Because if he does this, he doesn't have time to split me here. Because this is an easy split for him that I kind of wasn't paying the best attention to. But it was an easy split for him. But if he connected like that, I do that, he does that, it's a force, I can connect. The way he did it, which is the better way, by connecting down there, I have a double threat here, and it's going to look shaky for him, but he's fine as long as he connects like this. He will win the game if he connects like this. So, what he probably saw, I'm going to give my opponent the benefit of the doubt here. See, what I do is I'm going to do this. This is a ko for starters, so he might not even lose the ko. But secondly, he's in Atari right now, so he might be sweating, but he just takes that. And now this ko isn't even really a big deal for him. Like, I have to fill the ko or I'm going to die. If I play this and he takes the ko, and I play this and he fills the ko, and like, well, I can try to harass some stuff down here, maybe make some life. If I do that and I don't connect immediately, these stones are all dead. And so the alternative is I connect immediately, right? Yeah. He takes, I connect immediately. These stones are mine now, but he can cut me off. And so I can take these stones, but now these stones, like, they can maybe do something if I get a move. It's gonna be hard. There's some, like, loosey-goosey stuff, maybe I can harass some stuff, maybe I can link up. The wrong move, the objectively 100% wrong every time move, is the one he made, and it won me the game, hands down. The critical blunder. If white connected at e14, this game would become pretty close to unwinnable for me. Instead, I pretty much win for sure. Because when I take here, these stones here, they come back to life from earlier. These stones, they all die. So connecting here is obviously stupid because he's saving a group that's just going to die. These are all connected through. These are now strong, so I can harass all I want. I don't have to worry about living. I can just harass. Yeah. So it went from there's no way I'm going to win to there's no way I'm going to lose. And this was the critical blunder right here. I definitely made mistakes throughout the game, but this white pretty much threw away the game with this move here, which is unfortunate, but you know. I'll take it. So, big review, long review. I enjoy reviewing these games. Do I enjoy reviewing them more than I enjoy playing them? I don't know. Maybe I'll play one and find out. Catch you in the game.